Hello, Joe. I've been following you for several years. Well, that's absolutely fantastic. He says, in 2019, is it better to be a generalist, finding opportunities wherever you find them, or enter a niche for pay-per-call? Thanks for sharing such great information. Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can't add some value back for you. All right, so at the end of the day, guys, I think that you always want to be a specialist. Don't get me wrong. Like you can have a front end product that applies to the masses, right? But where you spend your time, effort, and money should be methodical, right? You should have that sniper approach when people are coming in saying, that's a good customer. I can help that customer. I have a campaign that I know is going to work for that customer, right? And you should be intentional with that instead of just running amok, so to speak, and creating a mess. Okay, at the end of the day, for every niche that you want to go after, understand that there's a lot of initial work that has to be done for every niche that you choose to go after. So in this specific example, they asked about pay-per-call. Okay, so we'll keep it kind of pay-per-call specific, but understand that this is a question that applies to basically all sorts of digital marketing. And it really applies to everything outside of digital marketing too. So this is a big lesson. So every time you make a decision like this, understand that you have a lot of work to do. In digital marketing and pay-per-call, you got to do your keyword research. Okay, you got to do your offer research. If you're going to run pay-per-call, you got to do a Google Ads campaign build out. Okay, you're going to have to start with a brand new domain. So your quality score when you start is going to be 0, right? Which means you're going to be paying through the nose, right? You're going to be paying a high cost per click. And so you're going to have to wait through that, right? And over your first week, that quality score will start to go up. In the second week, it'll go up even more. And when the quality scores up, goes up, your cost per click is going to start to fall, right? You're going to find out keywords are working, aka which ones are driving you calls, but not just which keywords are driving you calls, but which keywords are actually bringing you real clients. Then past that, okay, now you got to start getting into SEO. So now you got a bunch of costs associated with expanding and going after SEO. And I'm talking about on-page, website build. I'm talking about off-page with backlinks. So understand that this is just the start, right? This is just some of the things that we have to do as digital marketers. And folks, this is going to apply for every niche that we decide to go after. And we didn't even talk about sales, right? We got to learn the jargon. We got to learn what's important to a specific niche. We got to learn about the sales process, right? So I believe in this day and age that you need to be a specialist. That doesn't mean that you don't have a front-end product that applies to everybody and you're just cautious who you upsell so that you don't have to do this 30, 40 different times every single month and reinvent the wheel. Does this make sense to everybody? So here's the thing, once you go through and you do this work, the next time, do you need to do keyword research? When you sell somebody in the same niche? No. Do you need to do offer research? Well, you may need to. You may need to go back and figure out what other offers you could split test so that you have a better result. But once you're in the niche 3 or 4 times and you test a bunch of good offers, you know what the offer needs to be. So that's done. The keyword research done. And once you do that, and you've done this 4, 5, 6, 10 times, right? You're not going to have to build out a Google Ads campaign from scratch, right? You're going to have a pre-canned campaign ready to go that just needs some tweaking. You're going to have to change out the geo-targeting with every new client. You might have to change out some wording with every client, but that's it. You're still going to have the quality score issue of starting from scratch, but you're going to be way ahead of the game because you already know what keywords are working, which keywords are going to bring you the real clients, right? And you're going to be basically ready to go right into the SEO market pretty quickly if that's where you want to go. Does that make sense to everybody? So at the end of the day, I 100% believe, for those of you guys joining me live, does that make sense? I 100% believe that you need to be a specialist in today's market. Okay, you can make 6 figures being a generalist if you have a really good front in the door product. I think it's going to be hard to make more than that in most circumstances as a generalist. I think to scale and for sanity, you need to become a specialist.